Denny Crum has always been a teacher, and it probably took all 35 years of experience to teach him the patience he's needed this season. With 4 of his top players out, he's had to rely on the scoring prowess of all-conference guard DeJuan Wheat to lead them to their number 22 national ranking. And just in the nick of time, look who's back. Shot-blocking, intimidating Samaki Walker. It's a marquee matchup in the quarterfinals of the inaugural Conference USA tourney. Next.
We're live in 10.
Have a good show, everybody.
Here's
the 2 seconds.
Locator ready? 7.
Okay, A on the line. Stand by to roll A, stand by to track A.
4, 3,
and roll A.
2,
track A.
1.
Welcome to the Pyramid in Memphis, Tennessee. It's quarterfinal day in the inaugural Conference USA Championship. Yesterday, the order of the day was upsets. This is 4 versus 5, and this one's so close you couldn't call a winner here an upset winner. But yesterday was pretty amazing. Take a look at this. St. Louis and Southern Miss. That one wasn't that big a surprise, but how about South Florida and UAB, and then DePaul and UNC Charlotte? Here is the way it looks today. Our first one coming up next. Cincinnati and St. Louis, Louisville and Tulane, as you mentioned, Florida and Marquette, and then Memphis and DePaul, the nightcap. Hi, everybody. I'm Dave Woloshin. Welcome to the Pyramid. Well, Louisville has really ridden a rough road. They've gone through ineligibility. They've gone through an NCAA inquiry. They've had injuries, but they're 22nd in the country. How about Tulane? They've done everything right. 11 of their last 14 have been victories, including 1 over Louisville. Most people say they're into the NCAA tournament, but the conventional wisdom is win here, you're definitely in. Let's look more closely at the matchup with our announcers, Ron Thulin and Rolly Massimino.
Well, Dave, you mentioned Tulane, and the bad news for Tulane is they lost to Memphis on the final regular season game, and what that did was knock them out of the number 2 seed in the tournament all the way down to the number 5 seed. And the bad news is, Rolly, they now have to play Louisville in what we would think would be the premier game today.
Well, the 4 and 5 game is always a very difficult game, and today obviously will be no different. I honestly think the first game was a very important game, but was played without Samaki Walker. And today, the game will be determined in my factor on the inside. Who is going to post up? Who is going to score the ball? Because Rayshard Allen and Bozak Smith are 2 very, very big, strong people playing the post positions.
Now, when you also talk about the inside game for Tulane, you have to mention 2-time first-team all-conference player Gerald Honeycutt. He is a big body that Louisville might have some problems with.
Well, Gerald Honeycutt is a very talented player. He's scoring 17.7 points per game. He has to go inside. He can't stay out there and shoot the ball. He has 93 assists, but 100 turnovers.
Now, you mentioned the fact that Samaki Walker did not play in the first game between these 2 teams. He will be playing today. Not sure if he's going to start. Bozak Smith may still get the starting nod, but if he's in the middle, that is something that Tulane has to deal with because he's so mobile.
That's exactly right. Well, Samaki Walker did not play the first 13 games, and Denny Crum said yesterday it's very difficult to get himself into the flow of the basketball game. But his first game back was against Marquette. He scored 24, but he said he was a little bit rusty.
I wish we could all be that rusty. Well, these 2 teams keep it tight when they play each other. In fact, 4 of the last 5 games have been decided by 4 points or less. We are on the banks of the Mississippi, and we are in the incomparable Pyramid. We have got Louisville, Tulane coming your way next.
Brought to you by Reese's Peanut Butter Cups. Remember, there's no wrong way to eat a Reese's. By Odor Eater's Foot Powder, now destroys odor with baking soda, absorbs wetness too. And by Just for Men, the leader in men's hair coloring, blends away gray in 5 minutes.
There you see the Pyramid in Memphis, Tennessee, and inside the Tulane Green Wave, taking on the Cardinals of Louisville. Let's take a look at the starting lineup brought to you by Hyundai. Some of the best ideas on the road. First of all, for Tulane, Rayshard Allen at 1 forward spot. At the other, it's the big guy, Gerald Honeycutt, number 40. Honeycutt out of Grambling, Louisiana. Lawrence, I'd rather be called Jody Nelson in the middle. And in the backcourt, for Tulane, it'll be very quick. Chris Cameron and Laveldro Simmons. And in his 7th year, Perry Clark.
Well, Perry Clark, once again, has done a terrific job of beating some of the top-ranked teams in the country. But this is my sleeper team of the year.
And for the Cardinals of Louisville, their starters include Alvin Sims, a very explosive player at the forward spot, along with Damian Dantzler, who may have the chance of guarding Honeycutt. Bozak Smith will get the start in the middle. In the backcourt, Tick Rogers and DeJuan Wheat, and the head coach, he's the longest in Conference USA, tenure-wise, Denny Crum.
He's one of just 3 active collegiate coaches in the Hall of Fame, joining North Carolina Dean Smith and Indiana's Bobby Knight, and just been voted Conference Coach of the Year.
And here are the Just for Men keys to the game, the leader in men's hair coloring. Well, Rolly Samaki Walker is the wild card in this.
He sure is the wild card. As we said, he is going to determine exactly how this game is going to end up.
Other keys for Rolly: strong rebounding, execute half-court offense.
And, of course, now, coach's keys for the Cardinals. They got to rebound the basketball. They got to protect the ball. And they have to consistently shoot the three-point shot.
And the series between these two teams, it's Louisville all the way 29-5, but you can see the Cardinals are 4-0 in tournament play versus the Green Wave of Tulane. Tom Harrington, Ron Zetcher, and Allie Prescott are officials this afternoon. And the officiating has been absolutely wonderful here at the tournament. They are allowing these guys to play the game the way it should be played and stay within the rules. Quarterfinal action underway. Bozak Smith takes a swat at it. It will be Tulane's basketball. What a great day we've got planned today, Rolly. I tell you, we've got some serious basketball going to be played. Yesterday was sort of the appetizer. Now we're into the main course, and then tomorrow for us will be the dessert.
Sure is.
Well, you can see the defensive intensity by Louisville to start this ball game off. Louisville finished 19-10 regular season play. Denny Crum wound up 10-4 in the conference. Tulane at 18-8, 9-5, but that very costly 11-point loss to Memphis the final day of the year. They go inside. Oh, that's a big body. Doesn't get it. We have a whistle and a foul.
Oh, that was a nice pass by Rayshard Allen to Mr. Honeycutt.
Fouls on Bozak Smith, his first personal foul. One thing that Gerald Honeycutt was telling me as we look at big Bozak Smith, the junior out of Peoria, Illinois, he said that the first meeting between these two teams, he was able to get Bozak Smith in foul trouble. And without Samaki Walker, that apparently was one of the differences in the game.
Well, Gerald has to go inside and play. I mean, there's no question. He can shoot those threes. He can make good passes. But he has to get inside and score the basketball.
Here is DeJuan Wheat, first team all-conference. Gives it up to Alvin Sims, number 5. One of the few teams in Conference USA without their names on the backs of their jerseys. Which makes it difficult for us.
Denny Crum's done a terrific job with this team, and this team plays the way he likes to see basketball played, he said.
First turnover of the game. Tulane forcing 17 turnovers a contest. From the outside, Simmons' shot won't go. Sims with the rebound. He has Wheat on the right side. Back to Sims. The left-handed shot goes down.
Nice play.
The big key for Tulane came back on January the 11th when Terry Clark decided to make a change in his lineup. First 10 games of the year, this team was 6-4. He was not pleased. That's when he decided to put Chris Cameron in the starting lineup along with Lawrence Nelson. The 3 on the way won't go. Sometimes coaches have to do that, don't they, Rolly? Just sort of shake up the lineup, try to get the right combination.
Well, they thought they weren't rebounding the ball as good as they should. So Perry just changed the whole position of the 3 inside people.
Now Brian Kaiser is going to come into the lineup for
Let's see how that first Louisville bucket came about. Right there. There's a nice little roll-down move by Alvin Smith.
Rayshard Allen on top. Cameron, he is so quick. Bozak Smith may have gotten a piece of it. Sims leads the charge. Wheat on the left. He'll take it with the right hand. Get that out of my house. Gerald Honeycutt coming in from the side. He had 41 blocks during the regular season.
That was athletic ability. Here's DeJuan Wheat. Comes and lays up, and Gerald just swats it away. That is athletic ability.
This Tulane team had 148 blocks this year. That was a new school record.
Tulane's playing a 1-3-1 zone with Gerald at the baseline.
Zach Smith wisely brings it out with 10 to shoot. Wheat left open for the tray.
I was talking with Dewan. You know, he hurt his hand, tries to change the style of his shooting touch, and he just has to get it back.
He has that middle finger problem. He has an ankle sprain, and he has really struggled in the last 4 games shooting-wise. Honeycutt throws up the prayer. It won't be answered. Smith the rebound. Sims has Kaiser posting up for the 3. You can't leave him alone. That doesn't happen very often.
Sure doesn't. I watched Mr. Kaiser shoot that ball during the practice sessions yesterday and today. He was knocking him out. He was just unconscious.
He has got a sweet stroke, and he is an exceptional young man, which we'll be talking about as the broadcast goes on. On and off the court, he's first class. Both teams patient offensively. Inside, Honeycutt doesn't get it.
Rashard Allen's kind of throwing the ball.
Yes. Kaiser this time. Nelson comes out to greet him. Zach Smith tries to set a pick. Wheat the reverse.
Sweet Mr. Wheat comes reverse layup inside. Great play.
But then Honeycutt going strong from the right side, and Zach Smith has his second personal foul.
Let's see how this happened. Here's Dewan Wheat, comes inside the big guys and just touches it off the glass. Let's see it from another angle. I guess you didn't see it from another angle.
We'll see it later. There you see Perry Clark. Coming out, he took over this program coming out of Georgia Tech. He didn't have an office, didn't have a staff, didn't have anything. He has done a wonderful job. As Samaki Walker has checked into the lineup, the sophomore from Columbus. Honeycutt 62% from the free throw line this year. First team all conference, 55 consecutive starts. He is nursing a foot and a leg problem.
Yeah, he didn't say very much about that, but they really felt, the trainers, that it was more serious an injury than they really honestly thought. But Gerald just played right through it.
He asked him before the game, he said, "No, I'm fine, don't worry about it." Which is what you have to do in tournament time. Now Rashard Allen behind Samaki Walker. Nelson shows the double. Sims launches the 3, nothing but the bottom of the net.
Nice play by Samaki Walker. That caused that 3 to happen. Fine pass from inside out.
Sims on a Paris, Kentucky. Honeycutt lost the handle. Sims does the job defensively. Tulane's first turnover.
Okay, let's watch how this goes. The ball goes inside to Samaki. Gets double teamed, and then he gives it to Alvin Sims, and he just knocks it out.
Rise under rights granted to Prime by Conference USA and is not intended for the commercial use of our viewing audience. Any reproduction, rebroadcast, retransmission, or other use of this telecast without the express written consent of Prime Conference USA is prohibited. 15:59 left to play in the first half. Louisville leads 7-4, and I'm sure Perry Clark might be a little concerned right now. Dave Voloshin, what do you have?
Well, he just said to his ball club, don't panic or anything like that. I want you to get into your offense a little bit quicker and make more passes. That was it.
Still early, a lot of basketball left to be played. Tulane has not hit a field goal in this ball game. Louisville 3 of 7 at 43%. They did not shoot well in the first meeting between these two teams.
Kind of kicked up, now gone man-to-man defense. They picked it up a little bit. The inside play. There goes Samaki.
The 3 on the way. Short. Kaiser puts it back. Doesn't get it. Controlled by Rashard Allen. Dantzler taking the long jumper. Barely nicking the rim.
First 4 minutes of the pyramid jitters.
Oh, boy. We saw it all day yesterday. And we saw teams start to settle down about at the 15-14-minute mark. Cameron gets in the paint, and he makes them pay.
Well, when Laveldro and Honeycutt and Rashard Allen score 50 points, they don't lose. When they score 43, they win like 90+% of the game. So Laveldro has to get into the offense.
Foul is on Chris Cameron. That is his first team foul. Perry Clark out of Gettysburg, Pennsylvania College. First 3 years, he took the team from non-existent to the NCAA tournament. As we look at Samaki Walker, the sophomore out of Columbus, Ohio. Just celebrated his 20th birthday.
He has a very nice touch from the foul line for a big guy.
Sims comes back into the lineup. Chick Rogers is going to take a seat. Walker missed 10 games as they were trying to clear up the controversy surrounding the purchase of a car. As Louisville voluntarily kept him off the team while this matter was cleared up, and it has been to their satisfaction.
Then he missed 3 earlier.
That's right.
So there is 13 basketball games.
I'll tell you one thing about Tulane right now in the early going, Rolly. They are getting inside the paint every time offensively.
And they had great hops. Tulane has always been a very good passing team. There's Gerald. Makes a good move right inside. And look at that. Back to Gerald as Rayshard just goes up and dunks it. Normally he's putting that ball in the basket.
Follows on Walker his first. Rayshard Allen. 64% from the line during the regular season.
That was the trio. Gerald to Laveldro to Gerald. Back to Rayshard.
Interesting style of free throw shooting, but he does make them both, and we're tied up at 8. 14:50 left to play in the first half. Rolly Massimino, Ron Thulin coming your way from the period. Dave Lotion roaming the sidelines and giving us a breather at halftime in between games. Another foul. Perry can't believe it. Allen's first, second team foul. Kaiser will trigger the inbounds pass right inside to Walker. He's single covered by Nelson. Gets him up in the air. Oh my, got away with a goaltend.
He sure did.
Honeycutt pinned it against the backboard. No call.
Thank God for the foul shooting of Tulane. They're 6 for 6. Where the U of L is 1 for 2.
Yeah.
Let's watch. Oh gosh, he goes.
we have the comfort of replay, however. Sims goes baseline, explodes to the basket, doesn't get it.
And he comes back out with it.
Has to give it up to Walker. He'll take it from 14 and he buries it.
Made himself available on that play. Louisville's moving pretty well without the basketball, getting himself the opportunity to get good shots.
Kaiser giving Allen a lot of room, may have gotten away with a travel. Simmons from inside the arc. Rebound, Walker gets it out to Dewan Wheat. He has Sims running. Showtime.
Oh, nice transition basket. That was big. That's the way the break is supposed to be run.
Sims had 45 dunks during the regular season. Chalk another one up. The lead is 4 for Louisville. That's the biggest of the ball game. When Honeycutt cut through the paint, Dewan Wheat stayed with him, hassled him just enough. Throws it out, but it'll still be Tulane's ball.
Let's watch this fast break. Dewan Wheat makes a great pass right up there to Mr. Sims. And it's showtime. All right, let's watch how this thing develops. He goes up and just stuffs it right through. Beautiful pass from Dewan Wheat.
Lewis has checked into the lineup. Patrick Lewis, number 4, the junior out of Gulfport, Mississippi. Started the first 9 of 10 games for Tulane as Honeycutt gets inside for his first field goal. He has 6 in the ball game. He is only 1 for 3, however, from the floor. Walker muscling his way in for his 4th point or 5th point of the ball game.
The wild card is responding.
Nelson way out front. Samaki does a smart thing. Never goes out to meet him. Stays way down low inside the paint.
Well, there's absolutely no need. Now he has Sheffield and Nelson in the ball game. 2 bigger guys playing with the big team.
Sheffield, number 32, the senior out of Albany, Georgia. Honeycutt is being hounded by Dantzler. The 3 on the way. Lewis way off the mark. Ball belongs to Louisville.
Honeycutt gets inside, sneaks in. He was going to pass the ball to Nelson, but instead just takes a little baby jumper. Let's watch Samaki's last bucket, how he got it. Good drop step. Stop it. Right there. Very nice play. We couldn't stop it because he turned and wheeled and dealed it all in one motion. Nice play.
Lewis giving Dewan Wheat a lot of room on the outside. Nice job. Nelson taps it away. Still belong with Louisville with 17 to shoot. Corey Childs, number 24, will come into Tulane's lineup. And Gerald Honeycutt is going to take a breather.
You know, Nelson leads this league in block shots. 2.2 block shots. He's having a difficult time, although today trying to get to Samaki.
Well, Samaki's going to take a seat as Bozak Smith comes into the lineup. Tick Rogers, number 4, also returns. And also coming into the lineup, Rayshard Allen will return for Tulane, and Nelson is going to get a chance to sit down. One thing about Samaki, during that 10-game span, he still worked out with the team, still practiced. Wheat gets away, and he makes him pay.
Very nice play. He came around the back door for that one. The defensive man was on the right side. He just fake right, went left, went underneath, and just laid it under the hoop as he did for his first goal of the game.
Tulane on an 8-2 run. Lewis left alone for 3, and he has been off the mark on both jumpers.
I mean, we saw Lewis make 7 threes in the game. He's missed both here today.
Wheat. The rebound, Childs. Rayshard Allen around Bozak Smith, has it stripped. They have some time. One thing Louisville has had problems with this year, rebounding. 8 teams have had double-digit rebounding margins on them. And one thing Denny says, we're a small team, and we have problems against some of the bigger guys. Simmons, nothing but the bottom of the net. Louisville was 11-2 without Samaki Walker. That is impressive. Bozak Smith has done a nice job in his place. Started 16 games this year.
Well, the officials were actually watching this. There was a little pushing and shoving match. Here comes LaVeldro Simmons, steps up, gathers himself, and knocks it out. And we will be back as
Louisville leads by 4 with 11:07 left to be played in the first half. For the most part this season, Louisville has been the underdog in most of the games. Brian Kaiser tells us that's not bad.
We've accepted that role a lot of times against Cincinnati, you know, against UCLA. There's a lot of games we played against UMass, you know, a week ago. You know, a lot of games we played in, we've been the underdog, and you know, we accept it that way, and you know, we like it when we don't get the respect, you know, that we deserve. That's the way it should be. You know, we just go out and have fun, and we're not expected to win. So it makes it a little more interesting when you can play in that kind of situation.
Kaiser now with the basketball. B.J. Flynn, number 13, the junior out of Jeffersonville, Indiana. Spent some time at Duquesne, is in the lineup. Second turnover for the Cardinals here in the first half.
Interesting stat, Ron. Louisville has 12 rebounds. Tulane has only 6.
That is amazing considering what Louisville has done during the regular season.
Very interesting.
They've been out-rebounded average of 3 per game by their opponents. Simmons looking for Allen, posting up on the smaller B.J. Flynn, and he can't get it to him.
He just couldn't get it to him.
Flynn is very feisty. He's the guy that comes up with the floorboards. Inside, Allen has it slapped away by Tick Rogers.
Nice
Tulane
play.
7 to shoot.
Nice play by Tick. Of course, Tick was voted the best defensive player in this entire Conference USA.
The senior out of Montfordville, Kentucky, 21 years old, and Gerald Honeycutt will come back into the lineup. Tulane going with a small lineup. Now they're going back to the big guys. Cameron coming back in. Sheffield this time will sit down.
Now Gerald and Rayshard Allen have to play inside, which I think is a good move. Nice pass.
Kaiser, nice job defensively. Tick Rogers comes up with a loose rock. He gives it up to B.J. Flynn. Sims is going to run the show. Rogers sees Sims cut through the paint, gets away from Lewis, and he still muscles it over Gerald Honeycutt.
That was just an athletic, strong move to the goal.
They come the other way. Rayshard Allen cleans up the mess. Allen with 4. The lead is 4. Tulane still not shooting the ball well here in the first 20 minutes. Kaiser getting tied up on the far side with Chris Cameron. Tulane only 4 of 14.
Alvin Smith, Sims gets this basket because he gets it, comes off the top of the screen, leans in, and just bullies his way strong to that goal. Very, very nice play by Mr. Sims.
This has been an excellent year for him. He has been consistent. A lot of people felt that he may be the key to this team as far as just getting a shot. He has done everything they've asked him to do. Dansler's checked into the lineup. Samaki Walker also back in for Louisville. Kaiser fakes the shot. Inside, Walker, the bank's open.
Kaiser made a left-handed hook pass. You young guys out there, that's a very difficult pass to make. But he got it inside to Samaki.
Samaki's missed only 1 of 4 attempts. Honey cut short on the jumper. The smallest guy on the court comes up with a rebound. Last 7 games, Louisville has not been that well, shot that well from the outside, only 42%. Looking for Kaiser, posting up left side. He backs his way in, the turn, the jumper, it's good.
He was due.
Largest lead of the ball game, it is at 8 with 8:44 to play. And the Louisville contingent sitting on the far side enjoys what they see so far. Louisville's basketball.
Okay, let's see how Samaki got the ball inside. Stop it right there. Okay, what happens right here is Kaiser has the ball. He makes a left-handed hook pass right there to Samaki. Samaki catches, play, go, leans back, and of course, Rayshard Allen just leaned back and did not jump, and consequently, it was an easy shot for Samaki.
Well, we were tied up at 8-8 at the 6:20 mark, or 6:20 ago, and since then, Louisville put a 14-6 run together.
Well, I'll tell you, a guy that's been a little responsible for that is B.J. Flynn, a transfer from Duquesne University as a walk-on. Nice pass.
Kaiser left alone. That's a 2. No, they're going to say it's a 3. No, it's a 2. One official called it a 3. The other calls it a 2. Terry Clark calls a timeout. And you can see he's reading the riot act to Corey Childs.
Let's check this Kaiser 3. That would happen because of a great jump pass by B.J. Flynn. And Kaiser just knocks it out. Unmolested jumper. And he is one of the league leaguers, if not number 1, at 45-3.
Well, they're saying that was not a 3. That was a 2. But still, Kaiser can launch it from the outside. There you see Brian Kaiser, an interesting young man. Kaiser out of Irving, Kentucky, number 1 in the conference as we saw. Spent some time with athletes in action during the summer. This past year, he was in South Africa with a traveling basketball team. He says he enjoys playing overseas and playing these different teams. Not only a chance to share his faith, but also a chance to see what other kind of games are. Now, Bobby Huggins has got the suit on and a tie that he auctions off after every game for a charity back in Cincinnati.
Very nice.
I get mine from him. See, that's.
I saw a lot of Cincinnati people last night. They are excited.
Bobby Huggins was relaxed yesterday. He doesn't look so relaxed today, Broly. It's showtime for him. Foul underneath. And we have another timeout. 7:52 left to play in the first half. Louisville with the biggest lead of the game. They're up by 10. 7 minutes and 52 seconds left to be played in the first half of the pyramid. Game number 1 of 4. And right now, Louisville leads it by 10, 24-14. On top, Simmons. There you can see what Louisville has done the last 7 minutes and 5 seconds. Whistle underneath. They're doing a lot of pushing and shoving in the paint. But one thing, Rolly, you talked about at the beginning of the game is the fact that Tulane had to get down inside. And they haven't been able to do it since the first 2 minutes of the game.
Let's watch this, see how it happens. It comes with a little pushing and shoving inside. Here we go. There's a push. Moves. Wow, that wasn't a big time push.
Oh, they're saying the foul was on Kaiser. That is his second. I think Denny wanted to see it too. I never even saw Kaiser in the picture. Nice job defensively. That is why Tick Rogers is the best defensive player in Conference USA. He and B.J. Flynn just pounding the inside game of Tulane.
And the inside game we thought would take over this game, and it probably has, because Samaki Walker is scoring and Tulane is not scoring, especially Rayshard Allen.
The steal by Childs. He takes it strong to the hole.
Corey Childs, great athlete.
Out of Benton Harbor, Michigan, just a junior. The same high school that Marcus Singer, who plays for DePaul, came out of. One thing about Louisville, they have been unselfish thus far in the game. They have 11 field goals made, 8 assists, and another turnover. Lewis puts it down.
There's Patrick Lewis, who against St. Louis knocked down 7 threes, but dunks the ball there.
Now, this is more of Tulane style of basketball, Roy. We've seen them a couple of times this year. Defensive intensity, and that is where they have been the best since the change on January 11th.
Exactly, and they lead the league in steals with 10. There's another one.
Again.
There's another one.
3 possessions, 3 turnovers for Louisville.
They just got more aggressive defensively.
Inside, the reverse. What a shot by Childs.
Again, he called a 20-second timeout.
3 turnovers have resulted in 6 points for Tulane, and the lead that was 10 is now 4.
That was quick. All right, let's check it out and see how it happened. Here's Corey Childs. Comes back, makes the dunk. Now we come back, and let's watch Corey Childs from another angle. And here comes Patrick Lewis. Let's see how he comes back. He comes right from behind, takes it right out of Samaki Walker's hands, and he drives it to goal. And here, the little guy just comes up and dunks the ball from Lon Morris Junior College. And let's check out the other one. Here he comes, a very nice pass. And once again, inside, Corey Childs comes from underneath and lays it in.
Really only took him 55 seconds to put together this 6-0 run. Now Louisville almost had a major problem. DeJuan Wheat was bringing the ball in. Nobody was down to help him.
Took me more than 55 seconds to explain the replays.
There you see the turnovers. Tulane, the points off turnover. Tulane with 6. Perry doesn't like it. The foul call. Childs picks up his first personal foul. That is the 3rd team foul. 6th team foul, I should say. And at the line, it will be Tick Rogers. Well, over the last 16 games, he has been in double figures. Pretty good free throw shooter at 73% on the year.
That's really very positive, with Tick being that great of a defensive player and still can score double figures.
Has a couple of rebounds to go along with 2 points, and Perry Clark now finds his team down by 6, and we are inside of 6 minutes at the Pyramid. Honeycutt has been quiet. Only 1 field goal, 4 for 4 from the stripe.
They're looking to double team him whenever they can.
Honeycutt can't shoot that 3 for a big guy. This time he doesn't make it. Here comes Sims. They have numbers if they hurry. Walker had the position on Honeycutt. Turnover to Childs. What a pass to Childs, and B.J. Flynn hustling from the backside knocks it away.
B.J. Flynn has really been terrific. He just came in here from behind. Look at him run. He extends himself from underneath and knocks the ball out of Corey Childs' hands.
Honeycutt now working on Sims. He told me before the game he likes it when Sims plays behind and thinks he can really push him away. What a pass! Simmons too unselfish. Simmons dumps it down to Childs. Childs had the shot roll. He didn't take it.
Gee, where's the Childs? Just gave it. Let's just see what happens. Here comes Simmons. Stop it. Right there. Simmons just tries to pump fake. He gets DeJuan Wheat up in the air, then he throws the ball inside right over here, and then he just gives it up here. Let's go on and check it. Here it is. Corey Childs catches the ball. All he had to do is lay it in, but instead he gives it to Rayshard Allen. And Rayshard Allen gets knocked from behind and doesn't make the first foul.
Well, that cost him at least 1 point as Allen missed the first. We'll have another. Rayshard Allen, 3 of 4 from the stripe. He has 5 in the ball game, and the lead is 5 as we near the number 5 on the clock.
Rayshard Allen is the leading field goal shooter in the whole league, and he's missed 3 of 4. Of course, he's been bumped along the way.
Yeah, they're pushing him out of his range at times. He's got to stay in close.
Sure, they got to get the ball inside.
B.J. Flynn not afraid to take the hit, and he does. Goes down, bounces right up.
He wasn't afraid to take that hit.
Corey Childs is the victim of the foul. Bozak Smith in, Samaki Walker out.
Okay, let's watch B.J. Pump fakes, comes inside. Oh, he gets up and gets up. How about that quickness? You know, I was talking to Coach Jones yesterday, who's been with Denny for an awful lot of years, and he said, this is important because Alvin Sims and Kaiser and B.J. Flynn now have a chance to play a lot more minutes, where they normally would play only 5 or 6. Now they're playing 15 and 20 minutes, and now they can exploit their potential as basketball players and have become better at it.
The more playing time, the more experience, the better you get. Louisville hasn't had a field goal the last 3 minutes. They only get 1 of 2 from the stripe, and now they lead by 6 with 4:45 to play in the first half.
Gerald Honeycutt has to play a little bit inside. He's got to get himself open. I think we talked about that at the beginning of the telecast. He just can't stay outside, take 22-foot J's. He has to, and of course, he's a good passer and thinks he's a good passer, but he has to score if they're going to win.
Keith Harris, number 34, the freshman out of Port Arthur, Texas, is coming to the lineup. He was the preseason freshman of the year pick here at Conference USA, but suffered a stress fracture. Missed the first 3 weeks of the season. Oh, the basket goes, the foul. They're saying it's goaltending. Honeycutt had a piece of it, pinned it up against the board again.
That was very good ball reversal to a shuffle cut. Let's see how that happens. They throw it right inside here to a layup, and of course, it just no problem. They tried to knock it out, but goaltending was the call.
Now they are fronting. Dantzler's trying to front Honeycutt, but the good job of pushing the passer out is Nelson's shot. No good. Rebound Bozak Smith, the outlet to Dwan Lee.
They like Dantzler's game this year. He's probably the most improved player on the squad. He takes the 3. Oh my God.
That was every bit of an air ball. Tick Rogers slow to get up on the far edge. Simmons jumper bottoms it out. His second field goal rolling, but still they need some more production from he and Honeycutt.
Honeycutt again has to get closer to the goal. They ran the same play on the other side. There they go.
Oh, 2-on-1. Simmons and Honeycutt to Simmons to the hole.
It's nice to be unselfish. And it's unselfish to be nice, but when you got the ball, you take it to the goal.
Right.
If you're that good of a basketball player.
Once again, the defensive presence of Tulane has cut the lead down to 4 with 3:10 to play in the first half. Just what we expected, the number 4 and 5 seeds battling underneath. Whistle and a foul. And it is going to be called on Harris.
Last break right here. There's a fine rebound as the ball was out. There it was passed out here, and here he comes. Honeycutt, as selfish a player as he is, just gives it up to so nice, so easy. But Honeycutt should have slammed it. And knocked it through the goal.
You got to try to take the backboard down sometimes. Rogers gets the first. He's perfect from the stripe, 3 of 3. Tick Rogers averaging just a shade under 11 points a game. Start every game but 1. He also has 3 rebounds. And he has them both. So with 3:06 left to play in the ball game, Tulane finds themselves in a hole, but it is only 6, and we still have a lot of basketball left to be played. What would a trip to Memphis be without the obligatory shot of Graceland? They won't let us stay there. Why are we showing it? The home of the king, and I'm sitting next to the Pharaoh, Rolly Massimino.
Look at that, how nice it is.
I've got to admit, I went there. Did not buy the thermometer with Elvis on it or anything like that, but I have gone there.
That's great.
3:06 left to play. 31.
Guys like you deserve to go there.
I don't get out much, do I? 31-25 is our score. Rolly and Ron and Dave with you from the Pyramid in Memphis. Al's going to be joining us later on this evening. We bring you 4 games today at Conference USA. We're in the quarterfinals.
And 4 great games.
Oh, I tell you, we got some basketball to play. Upset City yesterday, in case you were unaware. Charlie Spoonhour made it to the second round. Bobby Pascal, Joey Meyer.
Louisville's doing a terrific job of double teaming the post people. That's why they're not getting shots off from the inside spots.
Lewis, a difficult shot. Sims elevates for the rebound. Lewis takes it away and commits the foul. That was pretty close to a clean steal, the quick hands of Lewis.
No, he went in, tried to take it away. Came from underneath. Perry Clark's a little upset.
Most officials aren't going to give you that call anyway, I guess, when you come from underneath like that.
That's important because they go to the line now and shoot that 1-and-1 by Alvin Sims.
That's the 9th team foul on Tulane, and Sims will go to the line. 56% from the year. This is probably the only downside of his game.
Sims has 5 rebounds in this ball game already in 17 minutes of play.
He has probably been the player most affected by the return of Samaki Walker. His offensive production is down. He's not getting the looks he saw before Samaki.
But he likes to drive the ball, so now he's just out the perimeter, makes a good offensive move, and takes it to the glass.
He is so explosive. The games I've had this year with him, it just amazes me how quickly he elevates. Lead is 8 inside of 2:20.
You know, they just double teaming Honeycutt. He wants the ball back.
Nice job, Rogers, on Honeycutt. Fall away baseline, tough shot. Sims takes the rebound. Has Kaiser on the left.
His 6th rebound in the ball game.
Weeds, nice pass inside. Traveling call. That was a great example on the far end, though, as Louisville commits the 7th turnover. Honeycutt is not getting inside. I don't think he's been inside the paint the last 10 minutes.
No, well, he tried to kick it in, kick it out. Then he said, let me go one-on-one. He takes it to the baseline, but he's about 14 feet away and has a turnaround jumper. You know, that is a difficult shot to make, let alone take.
He is falling away from the basket. He almost has to shoot over the top corner. Lead is 8 inside of 2 minutes. Honeycutt this time got position. He doesn't make him pay. Ball tipped around. Walker trying to keep it alive. Honeycutt tipped it. Nobody saw it except the freshman.
Nice steal, and there's Keith Harris.
Rogers on Honeycutt. Interesting matchup. Rogers giving away some inches and some pounds, but he does a nice job.
I think what Perry Clark's game plan is right there is to get the ball to Gerald. Gerald has to get into the offense, and they're isolating him from the wing. Let's try and see this real quick. There's Samaki, and there's Gerald. That's a frustration foul.
Oh, yeah. First meeting between these two teams, and the only one this year. Honeycutt had 18 points, 5 rebounds, and 6 assists. He has only 1 field goal this afternoon as Rayshard Allen comes back into the lineup. Keith Harris sits down. At the line, it'll be Walker. There's Cameron coming back in, and Lewis will sit down. Samaki 1 of 2 from the stripe. He has 7 already. Played in only 16 regular season games. Started 13 of them. Well, he does have a sweet shot, doesn't he?
Oh, he sure does.
Nice touch.
He's 3 for 4 from inside the paint. Does a terrific job.
Samaki, which means beautiful river in Swahili. That means beautiful shot. Walker with 9, and with a minute and a half left to play in the first half, Louisville has pushed the lead back to 10. Honeycutt had a step on Rogers, lost the handle. Oh, rejected by Walker. Honeycutt, get it out of here. Simmons can't get it. Rebound, Rogers.
Nice. And there's DeJuan Wheat, makes a nice play.
Beautiful shot by DeJuan Wheat.
Leads the team in assists, but instead comes and that's like an NBA play as he leads and touches it off the high part of the glass.
Largest lead of the game, it's 12. Just a couple of minutes ago, it was close. Louisville playing a near-perfect game. Walker on the push. That is number 2 on Samaki Walker. Let's take a look at that block again by Samaki.
Here it is. He pump fakes to go up, and Samaki knocks it out, and it leads to a great outlet pass by Tick Rogers, and here comes DeJuan Wheat. Watch. He comes a whole half a crossover, leans it up on top of the glass.
Nelson's free throw off the mark. Louisville has the ball. Third rebound for Samaki Walker. About a 9-second difference between the shot and the game clock.
I think they'll take
and wait for the last shot.
Oh, yes. When you're up by a dozen, you can have the opportunity to do that.
Here we go. You're going to probably run a little shuffle. Here it is.
Dantzler being guarded by Allen. Looks like he has the quickness to dribble around him. 8 to shoot. Now down to 5. Sims exploding into the paint, and he is fouled on the play.
As we said earlier, he likes to drive the ball, pump fake, show the ball, and let's just watch him come at you. He pump fakes, he hesitates, and now he drives it. That's how he got open, because he hesitated dribbling, and he went, leaned back, and then exploded to the goal.
Nelson whistled for the foul. His first as B.J. Flynn and Bozak Smith come back into the lineup. Samaki Walker will take the last 11.9 plus halftime to catch his breath. 11 first half points for Sims, 6 rebounds. He averages just under 5.
They're pretty good numbers right there.
Oh, that's nice numbers for a whole game. Lewis back in. And Cameron sits down, and also Keith Harris back in. Rayshard Allen sits down. Interesting lineup for Perry Clark.
Allen Sims, only 6'4". Rebounds the ball, defends the ball, and today he is shooting the ball.
13 first half points. A 10-0 run for Louisville the last 3-14. Sims, oh, what a defensive play! Coming from behind, Laveldro Simmons. Wow. Saved an easy 2. Sims usually doesn't miss these.
Well, when he came down, here he goes. What a play. Came right up from the top and swatted.
Has to hurry. Gets it in. Bozak rejected. No foul.
Oh, no foul. I can't believe that.
Bozak Smith at the buzzer is crushed.
Let's look. Bozak Smith catches the ball. Look at this. He gets knocked to the ground.
There was no blood, therefore no foul. We played 20 minutes in the pyramid. Number 4, number 5 seed. And it has been all Louisville. They lead it by 14. Here is Dave Crum. Dave?
Denny, a big lead. Everything about went your way. The only concern you might have would be turnovers.
Yeah, we had one stretch where we made 2 or 3 in a row, and they took advantage of it like good teams will. But other than that, I thought we played well. We played good defense, and I think that's been the difference.
Samaki had a heck of a game inside as well.
Well, he's subject to doing that.
Thank you, Danny.
I think that might be the understatement of the year. 39-25 is our halftime score, and we will have more halftime activities coming your way from Memphis.
At the break of our first quarterfinal game, Louisville having their way with Tulane by 14, 39-25. Remember, in the regular season, Tulane was a winner over Louisville, so this one is not over by any means. Once again, we welcome you to our perch high above the pyramid, joined now by Bob Huggins. And Bob, I guess the best compliment for a conference has to be parity. I know it's an overused term, but you look at all of those upsets yesterday, and that's got to speak volumes for the parity in this league.
I don't think there's any question. I think there's 5 teams in the league that could win the tournament. I think there's, you know, as what we saw yesterday, anybody can beat anybody on a given night in this league.
You look at Tulane, and now they're down by 14. They can come back in this thing. If they were to lose today, do you think they're the 5th team in? Do you think there's 4 guaranteed already into the dance?
I think Tulane's in. I think we got 5 already in. I don't think Tulane has to win today to get in. The schedule that they played, and I mean, all you got to do is watch them play. If that's not one of the best 64 teams in the country, then there's a lot better teams out there than I've seen.
So many times coaches talk about chemistry, roles, and the like, and I look at your ball club with all the different dimensions: fast, physical, defensive. You've got the roles. This is a team I think could win the national championship.
Well, we've got to stay healthy. You know, we've had some problems with injuries over the last 2 weeks, and we're not as deep as what, you know, we'd like to be. And we haven't shot the ball well, and primarily because we've had some guys beat up. And Danny's not Danny's not 100%, and we've got to get him healed up before next week. But I think if we can stay healthy and get matched up with the right people, I think we could go a long way.
Yeah, so much depends on the matchups, that's for sure. But you've got to figure you win this tourney, even finish second or so, you've got to be no less than a 3, and that's going to help in the long run.
Well, if we get to the finals, I don't see how we're less than a 2. I mean, they say play a great schedule. We've done that. We have not played mid-major people. Everybody we've played are from major conferences, and we've stayed away from trying to, play people just to get wins. And with our RPI where it is, our RPI says we're a 2 seed. Our Segrin says we're a 2 seed. We play in the best or the second best conference in the country, and we won it. How can we not be a 2 seed?
I give it to you. Okay, no problem. We talked in the preseason, Bob. You got a little different philosophy. Everybody says you can't stay a consistent winner if you go through JCs. You've proven that wrong, and I like your whole philosophy about it.
Well, I think the way it is today, we signed Antonio Wingfield, have him for a year. We're probably not going to have Danny Fortson for 4. Lorenzen Wright's probably not going to be at Memphis for 4. Hardaway was here for 2 years. And I think the whole deal has changed. It's not like you have high school guys for 4 years anymore. And you sign a good JC guy, you're probably going to have him for 2. Sign a good high school guy, you might not. So, I don't think it makes a whole lot of difference. I mean, continuity today is so much different than what we knew continuity in the past.
You're the first coach I've heard say that, but I think it's absolutely true when you really stop and think about it. Good luck to you tonight and the rest of the way.
Thank you.
Bob Huggins, head coach at the University of Cincinnati. Again, we are at the Pyramid. We are at the break, and it's a surprise, not by who's winning, but by the score. There's Ramses. He's standing up tall as he sees Louisville on top. 39-25. That's our halftime score. Louisville over Tulane. The Pyramid, really and truly, folks, is a beautiful place. It's been beautiful thus far for Louisville. All the highlights seem to be going their way. Let's go check them out with Ron Thulin and Rolly Massimino.
All right, Dave, we talked at the top of the show the fact that somebody had to score inside, and that's where this game would be decided. But right now, you look at the numbers, and you see the Tulane's big guys in the middle. They're not doing the job they're supposed to do.
No, well, Honeycutt is 1 for 8. And Rashad Allen is 1 for 6. I mean, that's not really good shooting at this particular juncture, where Samaki Walker is 3 for 4. That's a big-time difference.
And you're right. The team that is getting inside the paint is the team that's leading. Let's take a look at the highlights from the first 20 minutes.
Okay, let's watch this. There's a pass from Honeycutt right there to Lavelle Joe Simmons, and he lays the ball in the goal. Very nice pass by Gerald Honeycutt. And now here comes Peter Lewis. He makes a nice pass right in there, Mr. Lewis, to Gerald, who was going to pass it again, but instead shoots the ball as he cuts to the goal. And now here comes Ryan Kaiser, makes a fine left-handed hook pass to Samaki as he kisses it off the glass. And the other highlight right now is, let's watch Alvin Sims. Here he goes. He cuts to the goal, turns, reverse dribbles, and pivots, and lays the ball in the goal with his strong physical ability.
But this game is far from over. Tulane has the ability to turn things around quickly, but right now they trail by 14. More halftime activities coming up right after this. Louisville is 12-2, and they lead at the half, and that is where they are right now. Up by 14, 39-25. Now here's Perry Clark with Dave Voloshin. Dave?
Perry, I know it's not a hole you can't get out of, but you're going to have to do a better job on the boards.
Yeah, that and our shooting. I mean, we're not shooting the ball very well right now, and I think that that's creating some easy opportunities for Louisville on the other end. So we're capable of doing that, and we will the second half.
Thank you, sir.
Now here are the first half stats brought to you by Reese's Peanut Butter Cups. Remember, there's no wrong way to eat a Reese's. 3 ties, 1 lead change. Biggest lead is where we are right now as Louisville ended the half with a 10-0 run. And the rest of the numbers from the first half, you can see what Perry Clark's talking about, 32%. But look at the rebounds also.
Right, well, that's the big key right there. Here it is, 13-21, where last time Tulane out-rebounded 41-29, and now they're getting out-rebounded 21-13. That's a big, big, big difference.
Simmons leading the way for Tulane with only 8 points. Honeycutt was 6, but as we mentioned, both of them only 1 field goal apiece. Louisville, how about
That's
Sims?
big. That is really big. 22 points between Sims and Walker.
And those are our Reese's halftime statistics. But we still have a lot of basketball. But but still, when your front line only goes 2 of 12, Rolly, and you're Perry Clark, you have to find a way somehow to get those guys involved, because what that does then open up Laveldro Simmons.
Yeah, you have to give credit to Louisville because they're playing very good defense. Denny Crum mentioned that right after the half. And what happens is they're double-teaming both the big guys inside, but Honeycutt has to establish a position so that he either takes it to the glass or gives it up to hopefully Laveldro or to Patrick Lewis for threes.
Louisville will have the basketball to start things off. Sims and Walker have combined for 22 of Louisville's 39 first-half points. Bozak Smith starting the second half as he did the first half. Sims on Cameron. That is a mismatch. Cameron giving a lot away to Sims.
Louisville's a little bit more patient on the first possession.
Tulane spreading their defense a little bit more as there's 7 on the shot clock. DeJuan Wheat with 5 on the shot clock, and he drops down to 2.
Well, that was patience.
Oh, that was patience and also some talent. Wheat has only missed 3 of 7 shots in the ball game. Now Allen trying to post up down low. Honeycutt working on Dantzler. One shot, they go the other way. Only 3 offensive rebounds for Tulane in the first half. Dantzler to the hole, count it, and 1.
Nice play. Very, very nice play by Mr. Dantzler. All right, let's watch Wheat. He makes a nice pass right there to Mr. Damian Dantzler, and he gets fouled and could be a 3. Okay, here, let's watch. Here comes, oh, what a nice play. Pumps, gets Laveldro up in the air, and he knocks out the 2.
And he completed the 3-point play. He has 5 in the ball game, and the lead is now 44-25. We have played just about a minute and 10 seconds. The bank is open. Honeycutt, only his 2nd field goal of the ball game.
First one in a long, long time.
Oh, he got that first one in early on in the first half.
Same kind of cut, little shuffle cut. Now they're going to reverse the ball.
Allen comes out to meet Rogers. Oh, Sims had nice position underneath. Bozak counted and 1 again.
Up and down, ball reversal, and Bozak just lays it in the goal with a fine pass by Alvin Sims. Let's watch how that ball gets to Sims. Little Oz pass, makes a nice pass on a reversible ball. Bo just knocks it off the glass. He is also a very, very improved player. You know, the players on the Louisville team kind of kid him about being a foreign player.
He looks like he's from Russia, yeah.
But he enjoys that.
He told me a couple of weeks ago, please don't say that I'm from Russia. I said, I don't know any Russians named Bo.
Or Zach.
Or Zach. No. Turnover Tulane. That is their 6th of the ball game. Will go the other way. I think what is impressive for Louisville right now is the fact that they have 11 assists on 15 field goals made. That is a lot. That's a high percentage.
Sure is. Well, they're giving up the ball. They're playing very unselfishly. And Denny said that to me yesterday. He said, I really enjoy this basketball team. They're just playing very, very well together and unselfishly.
The steal by Cameron to the hole in the dunk.
They need a lot more than those.
Well, now
that one that just took place.
Well, look at Perry Clark now has gone to a 3-guard offense. He only has 2 big guys in there, really, in Allen and Honeycutt. He took Nelson out of the lineup. Lewis is checked in. DeJuan Wheat kicks it out to Bozak Smith. Sims sees a little opening, and he takes advantage of it.
Terrific penetration to the basket. He's having one of his all-time games. Career game.
He has only missed 1 shot in this ball game out of 6 attempts. 1 shot for Tulane. They go the other way. Nobody to rebound the ball on the offensive side. Wheat for 3. Tipped into the hands of Dantzler, keeps it alive. Wheat sees the opening. Holds it up. This time he pulls the trigger and he nails it.
DeJuan Wheat. He made things happen. He got the ball, he penetrated the ball, he kicked it out.
Harry's going to need a timeout.
20-second timeout.
This has gotten away from Perry Clark and Tulane. And this is a surprise. I think most everyone here thought this would be the nip and tuck kind of games we saw yesterday.
Right there. There was a nice pass by Alvin Sims. He just bank swishes it from about 18. One read. He might have been sick. He might have been hurt. You know what I mean? His flow might have been different. But boy, he is really playing extremely well, under control. And there, let's watch Samaki and see what happens.
He likes
teamwork.
Well, Louisville is 15-3 when they shoot better than their opponent, 12-2 when they shoot 50% or better, and they've attained both of those marks right now. They are shooting 58% in the game, and a lot of it is because of the unselfish play. They're getting easy shots and good looks. Whistle away from the ball should be on Tick Rogers.
Well, Tick is now playing Honeycutt, and he's guarding him in that post area.
Tick at 6'5", 205 compared to Honeycutt at 6'9", 245.
But Tick was the defensive player of the year.
That's
now.
right. Honeycutt had the position, and he didn't take advantage of it. Oh, you got to drop the big one down, guy.
Got to finish it off.
Guys are into the lineup for Louisville. Sweet cuts.
Nice.
Rogers, the pull-up, the fall away. Allen, foul by Sims. His first.
Nobody on you. Go straight up.
Denny Crum, 1 win away from the 20th 21 year. 6 of his 10 losses have been to teams ranked in the top 25. Perry Clark has also had some close games, Rolly. He has been just about in every game you can think of.
1 to Alabama, loses 1 to UAB, 2 to Charlotte, 1 to Southern Miss, and 2 to Cincinnati. Wow. There's Honeycutt now. He's inside. Nice pass.
Kozak Smith with the rejection, but we have the foul. There's still a lot of basketball left to be played, and anything can happen at 16:03, Rolly, but a lot of people feel that Tulane is in the NCAA tournament as we look at it again, no matter what. Well, I think with 18 wins, if they lose today and they lose big, they may not get a ticket to the big dance.
Well, you made a good statement at the end. You know, in the beginning, I said they're in. I really felt that they win because, you know, being the type of team they are, the talent that they have, winning 18-ball game gets them in. But if they get beat badly today, it's going to be a bubble kind of situation. There'll be a number of teams that will, once again, vie for that spot that Tulane is vying for, only because of the kind of game that you see at the end of the year.
Well, if they lose big and get in with 18 wins, there are going to be an awful lot of teams upset that don't get in that have 20-plus wins. Louisville has a 21-5 run the last 7 minutes and 22 seconds, stretching back into the first half. They have done it with defense and great shooting, Rolly. This is the best I've seen them play this year.
And they're passing the ball extremely well, too. I mean, they skip it from one side to the other. Nice.
Sims is tripped by Childs on the play. His third personal foul. And we have a timeout. 15:39 to play in the ball game. Louisville putting on quite a show. They're up by 20. Only 2 teams have shot better than 50% against Tulane this year, Memphis and North Carolina, but Louisville's doing it this afternoon. They are on a 56% pace, and that has enabled them to open up a 20-point advantage, 15:39 left to play. Denny Crum looking for another bid into the NCAA tournament, which will be his 20th. That will tie him with Adolph Rupp for second place in most NCAA appearances. You can see what Louisville's done here in the second half. Turnover, this is where Tulane is going to have to get some of their offense. Honeycutt lost it, still belongs to Tulane. Samaki Honeycutt was the last to touch it.
Samaki Walker thought it was his ball.
Well, I can tell you what, I feel, Rolly, that the fact that this game, from the very beginning, Tulane never looked like they had the emotion and the intensity that Louisville did from the get-go.
Well, they wouldn't look like they were in sync. That, right. You know, as they came inside, they tried to get the ball inside, they couldn't do it. The big guys missed a couple of shots. And that's the way it starts. Then it compounds as you grow into the game. And then, unfortunately, Honeycutt tried to take over the game, and he missed shots, too. When you're 1 for 8, you have some problems.
Walker picks up his 3rd personal foul.
Okay, let's watch how he picks that one up. He just comes inside and leans in and puts his body into the man instead of just reaching with his arm. He's a lot bigger than Patrick Lewis, and all he had to do was reach up, and I think Pat would have had a problem shooting a basketball.
7 inches and some 70 pounds bigger. Lewis gets them both. The lead is down to 18. Still a lot of time left. A basketball game is a marathon.
Well, right now, Tulane's coming into their 2-2-1 half-court trapping defense. Perry Clark is changing his style. Good move by Perry.
Opens up for Dantzler right down the middle. Childs didn't rotate quick enough.
With another fine assist. Louisville has 13 assists in this basketball game.
From the outside, Honeycutt. Not what Perry Clark wants, I am sure. Honeycutt, another frustration foul, his 2nd.
Okay, here's the double team. Right here. There it comes. Right there. Makes the pass right inside for the layup. Good play. Very, very, very nice. As Dantzler lays the ball in the goal.
Once again, right down the paint, what we talked about the whole game. Getting inside, that was the key. Winner of this game will play the winner of the Cincinnati-St. Louis contest. Wheat for 3, doesn't get it.
The spacing on a part of Louisville has been just incredibly good. They ball reverse, they throw the ball from one side of the floor to the other side of the floor, and they're getting open jumpers and hitting them.
Oh, big time. Shot only 44% in their only other meeting this year. Lewis from inside again doesn't get it. It's been that kind of day.
It was the exact same play as the last time, only the last time Samaki fouled. He didn't want to get his 4th foul, and there Patrick Lewis missed the little Hobson-Gaben shot as he tried to lean it off the glass. Good play by Samaki.
Louisville only 2 field goals here in the 2nd half. That's all they've gotten in just about 6 minutes. Louisville, on the other hand, has put up everything and made everything. Sims had position, just lost the handle. They push it ahead to Childs. Cameron sees a little room, takes it strong. They just can't hit inside. This time Childs does.
Good second effort.
How many shots have they missed, though, really, from the inside like that? Is Samaki holding the right hand? I'm not sure if he hit the rim or not.
Yeah, he tried to kind of swat it.
You can hear a lot of rim action up top.
Let's take a look and see what happens. There's Samaki, really just tries to go up. Yeah, here it is.
Hit the rim.
Yeah, he hit the rim. He hit the rim. Good effort on the part of Samaki.
Sims way out front. Wheat being hounded by Lewis.
You know, that's a pretty good luxury to have when you get Bozak Smith and Samaki Walker. One goes in for the other, and they complement each other.
Sims dishes inside to Rogers, and Gerald Honeycutt commits his 3rd personal foul. I was talking to Bozak Smith, who's a very unassuming, big young man. Bozak, all 6'8", 230 pounds, and said, you know, what's it like? If I'd have told you at the beginning of the year you would be starting for Louisville at this point for Samaki Walker, whose hand's being looked at, he said, doesn't bother me. I'm just glad I'm playing. He's not fazed by it at all.
I think that's the way most of the kids are on that Louisville team, because a lot of them are getting a chance to play who never felt they were going to play, and therefore they're just hanging in there, playing hard, staying together, and playing with enthusiasm.
Rogers with both. He has 6. All of his points coming from the line. And with 13-19 left to play in the ball game, the lead is back to 20. Great pass, Childs to Honeycutt. He can't put it down.
You know, there's an expression. The operation was a success, but the guy didn't survive. And that's what's happening here. Here comes Corey Child, makes a great pass. There's Joe, goes up, tries to stuff it, and doesn't get it, but thank God he was fouled.
Foul was on Sims. That is number 2 on him. Honeycutt has struggled the last 4 games. He's only averaged 11 points in that span.
All right, let's watch how Samaki got hurt. Yeah, he just hit the inside and his finger just got caught underneath the net and underneath the rim. Got a little ice on top. With the score being what it is, I'm sure he'll be able to handle it. It won't be as much pain if the score was reversed.
The lead is at 19. We still have 13 minutes to play. Wheat out front, Lewis on him. Sims looking for Kaiser, has it tipped away. Still time on the shot clock, 10 to shoot. Sims backs it out with 7 on the shot clock.
They're going to give it to old Dewan Wheat so he can dribble penetrate.
Kaiser for 3 with 2 on the clock, and he buries it.
That was a terrific play.
Last 10 games, Kaiser has hit 58% of his threes. This was with the shot clock winding down. He
let's
shows
watch
patience,
what
he
happens.
nails it.
Sims has the ball. He comes, he fakes, and there's Kaiser just knocks it out only because Dewan Wheat was the guy with 6 seconds, came and dribble penetrated, got the ball inside, and that's why the 3 was consummated by Brian Kaiser.
Well, Sims has to sit down with his 3rd personal foul. Dantzler comes back into the lineup. Talked about Honeycutt struggling. He was 2 of 12 in the ball game. He is now out. Lewis inside with the left hand, won't go. Rebound Harris, the putback. The
Nice
freshman,
play.
his first field goal of the game.
Nice play by Keith Harris.
The lead is 20. You can't trade baskets when you're down this much. Count it and we'll go to the line.
Well, they took advantage of the young freshman. They came and ran a little shuffle cut. Let's just watch how this ball was passed inside. Right there. Beautiful play.
Foul was on Childs, his 4th. Childs has to sit down. Perry Clark wants a timeout, and they're going to talk about it. 12:02 left to play in the ball game. Louisville has had control of this game despite the fact Samaki Walker may be hurt. They lead it by 22. Massimino, I'm Ron Thulin. Louisville took over this game midway through the first half. Now they are up by 22. Dave Voloshin, how is the hand of Samaki Walker?
I just talked to the Louisville team doctor. He hit that knuckle on the rim hard. It's bruised. He's icing it, but he can return if Denny Crum so desires.
May not need him. You have to play again tomorrow. It is a 3-game stretch if you're expected to win the championship, which would be played on Saturday afternoon. Anytime a player like Samaki can get some breathing time, I'm sure they don't mind sitting him down.
Boy, the story of this whole ball game is Louisville has 29 rebounds. Tulane has only 19 rebounds. That is big.
It's big considering what they did back in February when the 2 teams played and Tulane just clobbered them on the boards. That's a 3 from the outside by Lewis, his first of the ball game. 60-40, the lead is still at 20.
Patrick Lewis hit 7 threes out in St. Louis University, which was an amazing show that he put on, and that's his first one.
He's explosive. They need more of
30
it.
minutes gone by.
Tulane still in this game despite the fact they're down by 20, but they have to have a couple of defensive stops.
Now they got their motion offense spread out.
There's one. Lewis has Laveldro Simmons. He takes the 3. There's number 2. Look out.
Once he gets himself on a roll.
Good timeout, Denny Crum. He sees the rain beginning to fall. Now he's going to get Sims back into the lineup quickly. He wants a 20. Boy, I tell you what, that drops the lead down real quick, like from 23 down to 17. Down to 17. That's a pretty good timeout, though, isn't it, though?
Very good timeout. Real quick, 2 field goals. He says, let me take my time here. Let's straighten the act out real quick.
Well, the Billikens and the Bearcats are in the locker room getting ready for our next game. Charlie Spoonhour and Bobby Huggins. Then we'll follow it up with South Florida. Is this Bobby Pascal's last game? Has only 6 players. He's going to take on Marquette. Then the Memphis Tigers, who have not won since way before I was born, or have not lost here at the Pyramid since before I was born, taking on DePaul. Bob Huggins, calm, waiting to go. I asked him about the pressure yesterday. He said, I like it. He goes, I want my players to know about it. I want them to know what to expect in this kind of tournament.
Yeah, he said this is the time of year where they respond. He's had the 2 best practices, you know, he's had all year. Balls going in the basket. All good things are happening at this time of year, because if you work hard all year, good things happen.
B.J. Flint into the lineup as the pressure is extended by Tulane.
Now he has 4 guards in the ball game. It's the only way he feels he can get back in.
Sims being hounded, the defensive pressure. Cameron on Flynn, 15 to shoot. Flynn taking his time as it's slapped away. Is it a turnover? Is it a foul? It is a foul on B.J. Flynn.
He just was a little too aggressive.
3 straight turnovers now for Tulane, or for Louisville, has gotten Tulane the opportunity to get back in this game, and that is a 1-and-1.
Wow. That's just like making another steal.
7th team foul on Louisville.
Okay, here, let's go. Here's B.J. Flynn driving the ball to the basket, and he got the ball just swatted away from behind. He dives. Well, I mean, he just leaned his back into it. The official just called a foul. I take that any time. I tell BJ, you go do that again.
Right. You can't teach aggressiveness, can you?
No, you sure can't.
Smocky Walker is going to return into the lineup. Denny Crum wanting to make sure this is put to bed. Lewis at the line, a 1-and-1. He's perfect so far, 2 for 2 from the stripe this afternoon. He has 11 points. He'll have the bonus.
He has 7 in a row.
Lewis struggled as a starter. That is why Perry Clark put him down on the bench. Also the fact that gives him some pretty explosive offense coming from the bench.
See, with the 4 guards in there, they get a chance to double team on every single ball possession. There it is.
Tick Rogers pulls the trigger, doesn't get it. 4 trips down the court, no baskets for Louisville. A 7-0 run by Tulane. Cameron to the hole, misses the slam, and he has the foul. That was explosive.
Did he elevate Chris Cameron?
Alvin Sims has picked up foul number 4.
Let's watch how high he jumps. There's Chris. Good offensive move. He sees that opening right there, and he goes and all they do is lay the ball in goal here. They need some points. Here's another angle as he comes and splits the defense. All he had to do, I mean, he was there. I mean, he palmed the ball. They got to lay the ball in the goal.
Dantzler into the lineup. Sims is going to sit down as Cameron heads to the stripe. Cameron only 1 of 2, make it 1 of 3. Perry can't believe it. He knows the clock is stopped, and this is the opportunity to put some points on the board.
Now they're full court press. 1-2-1-1.
Cameron, the ball hit off B.J. Flynn. Both players going for the rock. It rolled off Flynn's back.
You guys, let's watch how this happened. They come and try to get the ball in. B.J. is pushed, and it goes off his knee.
14th turnover.
Could that have been a foul as he came off?
It looked close. Harris launches the 3. Honeycutt the offensive rebound. Kicks it back out. The 3 on the way. Won't go. Skying for the rebound is Cameron. He's hammered. No foul. My goodness.
Look at Perry Clark. This bad official there. What happened? There's a guy swear we got 3 officials.
Well, I heard the slap over here. Harris, baseline, rejected by Walker. 2-on-1 with Dantzler to the hole, to Walker, turnover.
Another turnover.
Honeycutt has Kaiser to the hole, the foul. Tulane getting back into it, but they've got to convert these opportunities.
There's plenty of time, 9.5 minutes. Let's watch and see how that, he gets it. He just leans back, he loses his balance and goes and lays it in. And here, look at, he's smiling.
Use the right hand. If he would have used the left hand rolling, he may have knocked it down.
He had to take a flying left-handed hook. I think he just lost his footing.
He has missed his last 2 free throws as Tick Rogers comes back into the game. Dantzler sits down.
There's a little show of frustration right there. Gerald's working very hard. Honeycutt's 2 for 12 from the field.
Coming off rebound.
And only 3 rebounds in this ball game. He's a much better player than that.
The average is 7. The pressure again by Tulane. The lead has been cut down to 14. It was 23. Walker got away with a travel, I think. Still Louisville's basketball. A lot of time left, 9:38.
Here they come, 2-2-1 again. It is almost a steal.
Whoa, Keith Harris taking the Brooklyn Bridge right from underneath B.J. Flynn.
Go get the ball.
I think Denny wanted a intentional foul right there.
Tulane on a 9-0 run the last 2 minutes and 12 seconds. And Perry Clark has done it with defense.
An aggressive pressure defense.
When they play well defensively. As B.J. Flynn will go to the line.
Well, they're playing with 4 guards right now. With Lewis and Cameron and Keith Harris and Louisville Simmons.
His father played at Kentucky, also played for the Indiana Pacers. Misses the free throw. It has been a drought for Louisville. Rayshard Allen has been spending a lot of time on the bench for Tulane because of this offense of 3-4 guards. Honeycutt misses again. The follow won't go.
Here it is, a little 2-on-1.
Wheat has it slapped away, and they're going to call a foul on that.
On the way up.
Lewis tipped the ball away and is whistled for the foul.
Let's watch Dewan Wheat. Here he comes, makes a little hesitation fake, and then from behind, Patrick Lewis just gets him on the way up as he goes up in the stands. Come down and give the ball to your official.
He yelled short, but it rolled over. Wheat has been suffering, as Roley touched on briefly, been suffering with the flu since Monday. Said he was feeling much better today.
Very consistent player. I like his game. He is a terrific basketball player. I guess it shows where he's been selected as the first team on Conference USA All-Star team.
Lead is back to 16, 9-10 left to play in the ball game.
Well, there had to be a run. There's no question here. I think Louisville's kind of settled in a little bit. They need that one.
Honeycutt didn't follow his shot. Sometimes when you try to come back from a big hole, Roley, as most everyone knows, you fight so hard, then when you start to get close, you just run out of steam.
Yeah, you do, but they continue to bring people in and out. He just
that one never had a chance.
No, because he leaned back. And they go 4-on-1 break.
Walker back to Wheat to the hole, count it. 14 for Dewan Wheat. The lead is pushed back to 18. 16 assists in the ballgame on 22 field goals for Louisville. Whistle and a foul inside. Now, when you have a 4-on-1 roller, you better put down 2.
You better score. Here it comes. And there's Mr. Sweet Wheat. Gives it up to Samaki. Samaki makes believe he's going to shoot it, but doesn't. And they're left-handed, as you said, from the left side of the goal. Lays in the ball into the goal very sweetly and neatly.
Louisville Simmons at the line. We talked about how Tulane, if they expected to taste victory today, they needed this man to put some points on the board. He has not scored in the second half. And it stays that same way.
Well, he's 4 for 8 today with 3 rebounds. It's important.
Only took 1 shot here in the second half.
Lenny Van Gelder, the fine SID of Tulane, said those 3 guys are the keys. They got to really score the ball.
Well, when Honeycutt, Allen, and Simmons score better than 50, they are 20-2.
Yep. They don't lose very much.
Right now, those 3 combined for 23 points. Half of what they need for Perry Clark and company.
Don't let him get it in. Foul.
Lead is at 17, 8:09 left. And we have a timeout. Good timeout by Dewan Wheat as he was doubled, had no place to go. Denny Crum probably going to the big dance again. Right now, he has a 17-point advantage. Their worst field goal percentage of the year. They're at 32%. They find themselves down by 17. Dave Voloshin, what's Perry Clark telling his guys?
Lesson number one, 8:09 left to go. Still plenty of time. It's not over. Pick up the pace of the game. Really use that motion and move. Attack the basket. But when one guy goes to attack, make sure somebody gets back. No cheap buckets and no mistakes.
He's right. There is still time left. There's the pressure on Rogers.
Good double team by Tulane. Rogers just splits it.
16 to shoot. Inside of 8 minutes to play in the ball game.
And I think Denny said in the huddle, let's keep them spread. Let them run themselves out of gas.
3 to shoot. Flynn with 1 on the shot clock. He got it off and he drilled it. That is great patience by that young man.
Is that not patience by on a part of the entire Louisville squad?
Never panicked. Allen back into the lineup. Great pass inside. Louisville Simmons with his first field goal of the second half. Inside, Kaiser connects.
Well, they're just cutting the ball and splitting the defense right down the middle.
12 for Kaiser in the ball game as they continue to be a very unselfish team on the part of the Cardinals. Harris launches the 3. Kaiser the rebound. Flynn all the way down by himself. They don't see him. The foul is committed.
I think that Louisville Simmons committed that foul.
That is his first. Honeycutt back into the lineup. Harris is going to sit down. The shot selection of Tulane at times has been questionable. Can't exchange baskets. Patrick Lewis back into the lineup. Cameron will sit down. You can see for the season what Louisville has done from the free throw line. That is the 3rd worst in Denny Crum's tenure from the stripe. Much better today, and they've shot a lot of them.
19 for 23 isn't his 3rd worst, though.
No, no. How about 83% today?
Not too bad. Not bad.
That'll take you a few steps in tournaments.
They're up to 84. You got to shoot fouls in tournament play if you're going to win. That is a prerequisite to winning in tournament.
Well, Tulane made a run out of it, but now they're back down by 21 with 6:50 to play in the ball game.
5-man motion. Nice
inside Rayshard Allen. That is his first field goal since early in the first half.
Nice play. Gerald Honeycutt made a great pass to Rayshard Allen.
Rayshard Allen just leaned on B.J. Flynn. Rayshard at 245-plus pounds. Put the body on little B.J., and he went out of bounds, and the foul is called.
Let's see what happens right here. Okay, there's a double team. Rayshard leans on him with his left knee. And the official calls a foul.
It was almost slow motion the way he fell out of bounds.
Yeah, he got kneed.
Flynn has done the most with the time he has been in. He has 4 points in the ball game. He's the kind of guy you want on your team, though, isn't it, bro?
Oh, he's the catalyst. He sparked him in the first half.
That's right.
On that big run, and he sparked him here in the second half. That big basket he makes when time was expiring was a big basket.
Allen to Honeycutt. Tick Rogers knocks it out, but with 26 on the shot clock, Tulane will still have the ball. In case you just joined us, Tulane led at halftime 39-25. They blew it open midway through the quarter. Louisville led at halftime 39-25. Blew it open midway through the half. And they have just kept on going this second half.
Samaki's fourth.
That'll bring Bo Zach-Smith back into the lineup. Samaki's going to sit down. No points in the second half. 9 for the ball game. He'll take a seat.
It's a nice 1-2 punch, as mentioned before. Samaki comes out, Bozak Smith comes in. You don't lose too much. 6'8.5", Bozak from Peoria, Illinois.
Rayshard Allen, only his 3rd point of the second half. Denny doesn't quit coaching. None of you guys do. Despite the fact the game may be in the hip pocket, you guys keep going.
I was going to mention that before. Every player that comes out of the ball game, Denny sits down with him and just talks to him a little bit, very nicely, quietly, about what he's done and what he's done right and or wrong.
That's how you win 2 national titles. Longest tenure of any coach in Conference USA, Denny Crum. Pressure put on. Wheat to Smith to the hole. The reverse. Showing us a little offense, big guy.
Sure did. You know, there are a lot of experienced coaches in this league, by the way. You know how many games that have been won by these coaches in this league?
Oh, I'll let you say it. You and I talked about it last week.
That's right. I figured out over 3,100 wins in over 5,000 games.
That's amazing.
Not bad. You got some experience and you've got some greatness in this league.
5:45 to play. Rogers inside, rejected by Nelson. He has Lewis on the break. Flynn slaps it away, but they're going to call a foul. What hustle by P.J. Flynn.
I don't know.
He's down.
Oh, he hurt himself.
He is in a lot of pain.
In the stomach. I think he just maybe landed on his stomach and in the groin area.
Well, there's a lot of cords and there's poles and cameras and everything else laying over the far side. I think he may have run into a camera. Let's hope that young man's all right, because that was a tremendous play by the junior out of Jeffersonville, Indiana. That could have been an easy 2 points for Tulane, but he never stopped. Let's watch it again.
Here he comes. Right there, Mr. Richards. Here it is. Oh, God. Yeah.
Jerry May, the trainer, is looking at him underneath the basket. Dr. Rudy Ellis also over, making sure he's okay. Denny Crum cannot afford to lose another player. Let's see if we can see it again. If you watch the top of your screen, maybe we get an idea what happened to BJ.
As he comes in.
Up top. Slides in.
Yeah, I just think he ran in.
Is it
the
maybe
pole
his
hit his side. Yeah, it looks like he's grabbing his side.
Well, he hit a still photographer. Got the smelling salts out, maybe. Doctors making sure, not going to move the man until they're absolutely sure. But the business at hand, 5:39 left to play in a ball game. Louisville leads at 74-53. They will play the winner of Cincinnati-St. Louis tomorrow. Probably asking him what day it is. Where are you?
Checking his eyes.
Good crowd on hand from Louisville made their way. A lot of red in the
arena. He's going to get himself up. He's going to get himself up.
Dave Voloshin, you are right on the scene. Give us an update.
Well, two team doctors down here, one from Louisville, one from Memphis. It's just the wind knocked out of him. He's okay now. I doubt we'll see him again, but he'll be all right.
Yeah, he just got caught, hit on the side. And
well, we do see smiles from the side.
As long as he's smiling, that's all that counts.
Those of us who played sports understand those smiles. At the line, it'll be Lewis. Knocks it down with 5:39. 20-point margin by Louisville. Make it 19. No full court pressure by Tulane.
We're going to give him a little half court pressure instead.
First time in the ballgame for Louisville, Charlie Taylor. Kaiser drops down the three, his second of the ballgame.
That's all you need. Oh, Brian Kaiser. He won that game with a three against UCLA, and he said it was the only time he's ever won a ball game in his career with one of his shots.
Honeycutt now trying to muscle, draws the foul. That is the first time we've seen Gerald really try to use his body here in the second half. Bozak Smith whistled for the foul, his fourth. Kaiser is a pure shooter.
Let's see how Brian just catches the ball, gathers himself, lifts himself in the air, and just the extension of the follow-through. Nothing but net.
Kaiser started the first 11 games of the year. Went to the bench, provides him some spark.
You know, he's 25th in the country in three-point shooting, besides being #1 in Conference USA.
What a job Denny Crum has done. Losing Jason Osborne and Alex Sanders to academics early in the year. They were counting so much on those two players. Then he lost Eric Johnson to a knee injury right after the first game in which he played so well. Had the problems with Samaki. Despite that fact, he's on his way to his 20th win. Not a bad job by the dean of the coaches. Kaiser almost throws it away. Bozak, show us something again, big guy.
Like that, with his left hand, and he is a lefty, on the right side of the floor.
Simmons lost the handle. Bozak, show us some defense. Then he commits the foul.
I think that's his fifth.
I think he's gone for the day.
I think he's going to take a rest. And here comes Samaki.
Bozak Smith fouls out of the ball game. 6 points to go along with 3 rebounds. Samaki has to come back into the lineup, but he gets a standing ovation from the Louisville fans.
An ill-advised foul, but he went and dove for the ball, and you can't fault that. When you dive for balls, good things happen.
We had his first game that he started for Samaki Walker against Southern Miss when he had 6 blocks in the ball game. He energized the crowd completely in that contest.
That was a 2-point ball game. I don't think he would have done that.
No. 12 points in the ball game for Simmons. Only 1 field goal in the second half.
And he probably wouldn't have gotten a standing O.
No. Lewis jumps into the stands, gets right back on the court.
What hustle.
Charlie Taylor, the smallest player ever to play for Denny Crum in his tenure at Louisville, at 5'9", causing a little havoc.
Just a freshman. Oh.
Dewan Wheat working on Lewis. Quickness on quickness. Walker on the high post. 4.5 to play. 25 to shoot. Lewis foul number 3.
I think the Tulane Green Wave is starting to run out of time.
The disappointment on their faces. They could have been the number 2 seed if they would have beaten Memphis in the final game of the year. They lost by 11, 86-75, which dropped them down to the number 5 team. Ironically, that allowed Memphis to move up and play this evening. If not, it would have been Memphis and Louisville playing this afternoon.
Well, it's interesting. If Louisville would have beaten Marquette, they would have been the number 1 seed, but instead they turned out to be the number 4 seed.
Bozak's got a little ice on the shoulder. Through 6 good innings, he reached his pitch limit of 90.
If he took a lot of shots, you would think he would put in an ice, but he hasn't taken a lot of shots, so he scored 6 points in the game.
It's also on the wrong arm. Simmons, the rainbow. No pot of gold at the end of it. Nearing 4 minutes, Lewis almost with the steal. Louisville crosses the timeline with plenty of time. Kaiser rejected.
What an athletic play by Corey Childs.
He had to come a long way. Honeycutt with the 3. Now the pressure. But it is 19 with 3:50 to go. Cameron can't believe it. He thought that Charlie Taylor may have caused the contact. 4th personal foul on Cameron. It has been that kind of day for Perry. Better for that man.
Burst the ball, son. Everybody, all the defense is on that side of the floor. We burst it.
Now the Cardinals have ridden the wave to a 19-point advantage. They have led since midway through the first half. Taylor only his 17th game of the year.
There's Denny right there offering instructions to his point guard, and usually the point guard is an extension of the coach, and there they are talking it over, making some decisions. Very important at this stage.
He makes them both. We still have 3:47 left to play. A big hill to climb from Perry Clark. Louisville with the lead
Let me
by
know
21.
the highest point total by Louisville, how many points they scored.
Despite our differences, can't we all just be friends?
Isn't that nice?
Isn't that nice? What a great job Perry Clark has done at Tulane. In a couple of years, they'll be moving into a new arena, over 18,000 seats. Louisville will never move out of their arena. That is one of the great places to play a good basketball game. 3:47 left to play. Louisville will be advancing to the semifinals, barring a miracle by Tulane, because they lead it by 21.
They're coming down playing man-to-man defense. I'm sure Denny told them, don't foul. That's what they did. Don't foul. Let the clock run down.
The pressure by Tulane. Samaki Walker sees Sims. Misses the dunk. Wheat back to Sims again, and he misses it again. That drops the old shooting percentage down. Lewis with his 4th personal foul. Heads-up play, though, to find him down there.
Let's watch and see what he does. He's really unmolested. Comes down, tries to dunk instead of laying it in. And there's DeJuan Reed. Makes a great pass right back to him. Pump fake. And then he has an easy layup, but misses it. That's what it is, like a turnover. That's what usually happens. Mistake.
16 points in the ball game for Sims. Only 3 here in the second half. When they talk about Sims on the Louisville side, they said, we saw this guy practice so well, and we were hoping that this year we'd see the player in the game that we saw in practices, and he has done that.
He sure has. 17 points, 6 rebounds, and 4 assists.
Well, B.J. Flynn has recuperated. He is back into the lineup, and DeJuan Reed is going to sit down. Wheat with 16 points in the ball game, 10 in the second half. Inside, Childs lost the handle. Sims comes out of the pass, leads the break. Cameron commits foul number 5, and he is going to take a seat. He'll leave with 4 points. He averages 9, and it has been a disappointing day for Chris Cameron.
And he hustles out. I like that.
Harris checks into the lineup for Cameron, and at the line it will be Sims again. 7 rebounds. He's 6 of 6 from the stripe, make it 7 of 7. Not bad for a guy that shoots 56% from the line.
Not bad at all, is right. I was going to mention that.
Yeah, you throw in 4 assists. It has been a complete overall game for one Alvin Sims. $19 points for Sims. 3:10 to play. You see the lead at 23. Inside, Childs, the easy 2.
There's Sims again. He's just all over the place. He rebounds, he passes, and he leads the break.
And he's going to watch the unis after the game. This ties the largest lead. Still tied. Childs unties the largest lead. Tulane down by a bucket load. Now you just don't want to get anybody hurt. To the hole, doesn't get it. The tip by Sims. No, last touch by Tulane. It'll be Louisville's ball. 2:27 to play. The lead is at 21.
I thought that was a rebound pass right there.
Sims works his way inside with the left hand.
23 points for Sims.
He has only missed 2 of 9 shots. Not bad. Childs backs his way in. The shot won't go. We have a foul. Foul on Charlie Taylor, his first personal foul, and Sims is going to take a seat.
Pretty good effort.
Robbie Wine will take his place, the junior out of Louisville, Kentucky, and we have a timeout. 2:09 left to play in the ball game. Louisville is running away with it. They lead.